Well, with the World Cup mere days away, I thought what better time to take charge of England and try and win the World Cup. But it would be boring if we just decided to try and win the World Cup with the regular England team. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and win the World Cup with no players who currently play in the Premier League. It means my goalkeeping options aren't great. It means players like Tomori are going to the World Cup. So there's some silver linings, but also we are going to have a very poor squad. I don't believe we're going to have the official Qatar World Cup format fixtures, so I don't know who's going to be in our group at the moment. It might be, but they just haven't been listed yet in my schedule. We do have to play Spain and Croatia first, which is basically going to be the blooding of the new players to see how well they get on. Let's go forward to my first team that I'm going to pick as my England squad. Okay, so we don't officially have the World Cup groups, so we are going to get brand new groups. I assume we are having the draw. I've spent easily like 2 hours just trying to find players to put into the squad, and it's quite difficult, actually. It's surprisingly hard. There are some funny names that are going to be in this squad. So in Group B, who do we get? Is it Iran? It's Iran. Maybe we have got the actual World Cup groups. I think we do, don't we? I think we've got the actual World Cup groups. Otherwise, that is extremely fortunate that we've got exactly the same group as what England have in real life. So, just in case you weren't aware, that is confirmation of all of the groups. Then we're in Group B with United States, Iran, and Wales. I still think, even with our depleted squad, we should be good enough to finish second. I think the United States are going to win the group. I think it's going to be a battle between us and Wales for second, and I think Iran are probably going to finish bottom of the group. So hopefully we can still get out of the group stages. Otherwise, it's going to be massively disappointing if we don't. We are still 76 days away from our opening game as the England manager, which is going to be up against Spain at home in the Nations League Group 1. We've got a squad kind of sorted. I don't think there's any spoilers on the page at the moment, but we need to make sure that there are no injuries. Another thing that I forgot to mention at the start, if the player is currently on loan in the Championship from a Premier League side, we also cannot pick them. So that means there are a lot of good players from teams like Man City, from Chelsea, from teams like that, who are playing outside of the Premier League who we still cannot select. Also, if a player joins a Premier League team whilst they are in the squad, I have to remove them. I cannot use them if they join a Premier League team. If I've already decided the squad and then they sign for a Premier League side, then I have that option to play them. But if they decide right now to sign for Leicester, I can't pick them anymore. Even if I wanted to, I can't pick them anymore. And there are a few players in my squad right now who have interest from plenty of Premier League clubs. We're going to go forward to squad selection day for the Spain match, and you'll see who's actually in the team. Like I said earlier, it's a mess. I really hope you are ready for this, because there are definitely some very questionable players in this England team. We're going to go in order: goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders and strikers. Let's go. Returning to the England squad then is Joe Hart, 35 years of age now, playing for Celtic, obviously over in Scotland. He's still reasonably good. He is only 2-star, and he is our best goalkeeper. We have also brought in Etienne Green, 22 years of age, English goalkeeper, playing for St Etienne over in France. He's definitely one for the future, but he still might be able to do a job now. I think we might play Etienne Green. And promoted from the under-21s, I believe, is Joe Bursick, who is obviously an English goalkeeper. I don't know why I'm saying they're English. Of course they're English. He is currently playing for Stoke. He's been the England under-21s goalkeeper for quite a while. I think he's pretty good. Into the defence then, we have got two very, not obvious, but kind of obvious players. Chris Smalling is the first one, 32 years old, obviously playing for Roma. Very, very good, if you ask me. And also playing in Italy is Fikayo Tomori, a player who, if you ask me, probably should have been going to the World Cup. But let's not go down that route. And this is where we start delving into the weird players, because there's not a lot of good English central defenders, or defenders in general, outside of the Premier League. We have selected Max Aarons from Norwich, who is going to be a very good option as a right wing-back. We've also picked up Connor Goldson from Rangers, who, to be honest, I think he's very good. I think he's a good third-choice centre-back. Our fourth choice centre-back is a little bit more questionable. It's Ronnie Edwards, 19 years of age, currently at Peterborough. I was worried he was going to leave and join a Premier League side. He hasn't done it yet, but he might do it in January. But by that point, we won't be in charge, so it's not a problem. And now we're starting to get into the really weird players. And weird as in, I don't really know why I've picked them. We just kind of needed some decent options as backups. Jerome Opoku, 23 years of age, playing for Arouca in Portugal, I believe. I think he's alright. I don't think he's actually too bad. He's still only 23, so he might even get better. He's probably not going to play. Like I said, he's probably our 5th choice centre-back, but he can also play as a left-back as well, which is why I wanted him in the squad. Another player who's been picked mainly because of versatility is Matthew Sorinola. On loan from Union Saint-Gilloise, or something like that, in, I want to say Belgium. Currently playing for Swansea, obviously not in the Premier League. 21 years of age. Winger, wing-back, both sides. That's why we brought him in. He's not amazing. Probably not going to play a huge amount, but he's getting 9 games so far this season for Swansea. And the final defender is Danny Rose. He is still only 32, surprisingly still not particularly old. He's got 29 caps for England. He is definitely going to get into the 30s in this save. I don't think he's a terrible option. He's only 2-star current ability, but he's got experience. I don't know whether that counts for anything, but we also have Danny Rose in the squad. There's only one really good midfielder who doesn't play in the Premier League and who is English, and that's Jude Bellingham. Obviously at Dortmund, he is the best player in our team. He's still only 3-star current ability, but he's by far the best player in our squad. He's potentially going to be partnered by Ross Barkley, obviously playing for Nice. He's not awful. He's just had some questionable times. Obviously, his time at Chelsea maybe wasn't the best decision for him. We also have Matt O'Reilly from Celtic, and I think he's very good. 21 years of age, will be 22 fairly soon. He's currently injured, but he should be back in time to play, if not the Spain game, the one after that. We have also got Lewis Travis from Blackburn, another player who almost moved to the Premier League over the summer. Southampton and I think Leicester were sniffing around Travis. Luckily for me, he stayed at Blackburn. Another player who I think is going to be very good is Alex Scott. He's not the finished article yet, but he's certainly not too far off, if you ask me. 19 years of age, currently at Bristol City, formerly of Guernsey, so he's a Channel Islander, I assume. We have also got Jay Fulton of Swansea. He is definitely a backup option. He's not one of our better players. He's probably not going to play. I don't even think he's going to come off the bench. The only time we might see him is if we need a defensive midfielder, and everyone else is kind of a bit tired. Somebody who I'm weirdly excited about is Pelirudok Mapanzu, a player who looks very good, if you ask me, and he's always looked quite good on Football Manager games, and he always stays at Luton in Football Manager games and in real life. I'm giving him England caps. Let's see how he does. We've also gone for Noni Madueke, who is currently at PSV, formerly of Spurs, only 20 years of age. I think he is probably going to be playing a lot of football for us. Currently has a small injury, out for 4 more days. Should be back in time to play Spain. And the final winger to talk about is Nathan Redmond, because he's over at Besiktas. We couldn't get Dele Alli, by the way, because he's on loan. That's why Dele Alli isn't mentioned in this list, but Nathan Redmond is. He's on a permanent deal at Besiktas. He's probably going to play a lot more games than he perhaps should, but, I mean, he's alright. He's not awful, is he? And much like the defence and the midfield, there's not too many decent strikers outside of the Premier League as well who are English. Tammy Abraham obviously is the main one. 24 years old, playing for Roma. Scoring goals so far this season, getting 3 in 6 starts. He is going to be leading the line, but we might be playing a 2-striker formation, so he does need a partner. And one of those partners could be Steffi Mavididi, formerly of Arsenal and Juve and Dijon, currently playing for Montpellier. He's not amazing, is he? But he has scored 3 goals and 7 starts this season. Still only 24 years old. Mavididi is one of those players that I think he looks better than what he actually is. He's not a terrible footballer by any means, but I think his stats make him look better than he actually is. There is another option for a partner for Tammy Abraham. It's Billy Sharp. Yes, I'm fully aware he is 36 years old. I'm fully aware that he's not going to be able to play for 90 minutes. But if you need a goal in the last 20 minutes of a game, stick Billy Sharp on. He knows how to score goals, doesn't he? 107 goals in 245 appearances for Sheffield United. 247 goals in his entire career. That's a goal pretty much every other game, near enough. So Billy Sharp knows how to score goals, and he's going to be finally getting his England debut at 36 years of age. So that is the squad, then. We've got 3 goalkeepers because we need to, 8 defenders, 9 midfielders, and 3 forwards. We've got a big, full squad of 23 players. I think for the World Cup we can have 26, so there will be definitely some changes. We've had some injuries as well, so this is not going to be the squad that's going to go to the World Cup. There might be some changes. In fact, there almost certainly will be some changes, but I didn't see the point in including injured players in the squads to play Spain and Croatia. With that in mind, we're now going to play Spain with this mess. So then this is what we are going to go for our game against Spain. Both of our matches are at home against Spain and Croatia, so maybe we might have some form of an advantage there. We're going for a 5-2-3 formation. It's but I guess it's the low block. I guess that's what it's referred to as, isn't it? It will be Etienne Green in goal, Goldson, Smalling and Tamori in defence, Alex Scott, Mapanzu, Bellingham and Aarons as our defence. I'm playing Aarons on the left-hand side because basically Alex Scott can play as a right wing-back, and I think he might do a better job than, well, Aarons can do a better job on that left-hand side ahead of somebody like a Sorinola. I can't say his name. It's going to be Madueke, Redmond and Tammy Abraham leading the line for this. I can only see this one going badly. And before you moan, Marcus Edwards was in the squad. He's injured for 5 weeks to 3 months. I'm hoping he's going to be back in time for the World Cup. But anyway, let's play Spain. So then at Wembley, we kick off. I need to sort out these things because that's a little bit too fast, I think. Let's see how well this goes. Spain didn't get the memo. They're playing some very good footballers, aren't they? So that is a potential concern. We need to make sure that we don't finish bottom of the group. If we can stay in UEFA Nations League A Group 1, then I will be quite happy with that. Early free kick, or relatively early free kick for Spain. Laporte's effort is cleared off the line by Connor Goldson, I think, by the looks of it. It was. It is going to be a corner, though, for Spain as well. 19th minute. Jose Guy is the man to go over to take it towards the middle. It's a header. Not even clear. I wouldn't say that was clear. Aarons can then just get a big boot behind that. Madueke's chasing down. He's going to get nowhere near it. Goldson with the ball for us. Are we actually going to see anything from us offensively, or are we just going to be backs against the wall? Because obviously Spain are very good. I don't know why I need to keep reminding everybody. Pretty sure you're aware Spain are quite good at football. Pedri collects it on the ground. Ferran Torres, he's 1-1 with Etienne Green, and Ferran Torres tucks the ball away. The flag may have gone up. We're getting some VAR, and it is going to be a goal. It's normally a goal. Last year in Football Manager, everything was always not a goal. Now everything seems to be a goal. We've apparently had 2 shots with an XG of 0.03. Things are going well when it comes to going forward by the looks of it. Another thing that I did in between the squad announcements and now is I've changed the captain. I knew you said club captain. The England national team captain. It is now Tammy Abraham with Tamori as the deputy because basically the usual ones aren't in the squad anymore. Asensio makes it 2-0 to Spain. This is going to be a disaster. I would have liked to have played against some poor oppositions leading up to the World Cup because right now we are playing Spain and then Croatia. 2 very, very good teams. Rodrigo, ball forward, Asensio's in on goal. Etienne Green can't get there, but luckily for us, they hit the post. It's still not over. Abraham's up there by himself. He's got no support whatsoever. Can he steal the ball? Well, he can't steal the ball. Llorente, Abraham's come back as well. We've got most of our players in the penalty area. And Abraham, annoyingly, is on the corner flag at the moment. Rodrigo, long-range effort, whistles past the post. Almost 3-0 to Spain. If this was real life, do you honestly think I'd last more than a game? I think the moment I picked that England squad, they might have sacked me. But it's not going well. It's not going well at all. We've not had any shots. Do we change the tactic? I did set up 3 tactics. So we've got a 4-3-3 tiki-taka, which is a possibility. We can obviously rearrange everybody. Chris Smalling's definitely not going up front. Or a 4-2-4 gegenpress, which I think might be a better solution. So if we go with that, we have to do one change, which is Alex Scott coming off. It's going to be Steffi Mavididi coming on as that attacking forward. We are also putting Connor Goldson as a right back. Not that he can play there very well, but I'd rather not do too many subs just to change the formation. We also don't have any decent right backs on the bench, so Connor Goldson needs to be capable as a right back, I think. 11 minutes into the second half, Spain with the ball. Laporte, where are you going to go? Loses out Steffi Mavididi on his England debut. Steals the ball. Goes for goal. It's Nathan bloody Redmond. How has Redmond not scored? I mean, I'm a Saints fan. I know how he hasn't scored. A few minutes later, Spain have got the ball, but we are putting the pressure on, which is what you kind of want us to be doing if we're playing gegenpress. It is Gaia down that left-hand side, though. Goldson's with him every single step of the way. Being pressured. Crosses in anyway. Carvajal makes an effort, and Etienne Green makes a save. And Etienne Green is walking around his penalty area, which means this highlight is not over. Big kick over the halfway line from the St Etienne goalkeeper. Tammy Abraham through ball. Steffi Mavididi's in on goal, and Steffi Mavididi has scored a goal for England on his debut. The gegenpress is the way forward. It is genuinely the way forward, particularly against Spain, I guess, because we have done absolutely nothing until we've changed to that gegenpress. 68th minute, we're going to do a bunch of changes. We're going to bring on Ross Barkley, I think, as a winger. Is that what we do? I think we're going to have to. Ross Barkley's going to come on that left-hand side. Weirdly, is better than Nathan Redmond. Fair enough. Max Aarons as well is going to come off for Danny Rose. Do we do any others? Can we do any others? We can do Mapanzu for Lewis Travis. We'll go for that. So we've done 4 subs. I don't know how many subs we're allowed to do. I'm assuming 5, and number 5 is going to be Billy Sharp. Into the final 10 minutes, and that Billy Sharp sub is going to happen any time now. Nothing has happened at all, has it? Billy Sharp is coming on. Do we swap you two round? I think we do, because I don't want Billy Sharp doing the pressing. 3 minutes of injury time to play, and it's going to be a or is it going to be a defeat? There is a highlight. Is it going to be 3-1? Is it going to be 2-2? Or is the match just going to end? Bellingham, Mavididi to Sharp, Madueke, long range effort. Oh my word. Imagine if that went in. The highlights carried on as well. Unai Simon's going to take the goal kick. Are we going to see anything, or is it literally just going to be the ball is kicked and the full-time whistle goes? Didn't even kick the ball. Full-time whistle goes. It is a defeat. However, the 4-2-4 gegenpress is the way forward for this England team. So with that result then, we are still sat third in the UEFA Nations League A. However, we are going to go forward in this episode and play the second match against Croatia, and we're going to start with a 4-2-4 straight away, and hopefully we can score some goals and win the game. So this is what we're going to go for. Joe Bursic is going to be making his England debut today against Croatia. Aarons, Goldson, Tamori and Opoku will be our defence. Where's Chris Smalling, you ask? He's injured. I say injured. I think he's got a cold, hasn't he? He is food poisoning. There you go. He's got food poisoning, so he's missing this game. Travis and Bellingham in the middle of the pitch. Madueke, Barkley, Abraham and Mavididi leading the lines. I want to see that partnership of Abraham and Mavididi turning into something a little bit special, a little bit talismanic up front there. So the recent form of England actually is pretty bad, isn't it? And I was only in charge for one of those games, I'd like to point out. So I can't take credit for that just poor form. Croatia are good, aren't they? Croatia are actually a very good team. So we've got our work cut out. If we win, we will likely finish in second in the group. If we lose, we potentially could finish bottom, depending on what Hungary do. Hungary obviously are playing Spain, so you'd have to assume that Spain are going to beat Hungary. 10 minutes on the clock. Max Aarons playing as a right back today. Ball forward towards Madueke. Into the penalty area he goes. Has to go back to Aarons. Ball in towards Barkley. It's actually Abraham was there. Heads over the bar. First chance goes our way. Looking a little bit more positive already. Free kick on the left-hand side. Madueke is going to take it. Number 11, left-footed. Whips it in towards Connor Goldson at the back post. And Livakovic makes a save. Aarons' throw goes for a long one towards Tamori. For some reason he went for a long throw. Why did you do that? Ball upfield from Croatia. Intercepted though by Tamori. Now Bellingham, who seems to have dropped back into defence. Steffi Mavrididi's there. Tucks the ball away. The flag goes up. I don't think this is going to count. What's VAR going to say? I assume it's disallowed. It is disallowed. It is 0-0. Mavrididi though knows where the back of the net is. Aarons with a throw for us. So far, we've had all of the ball, but not managed to take our chances and score any goals yet. Mavrididi's there. Headed effort almost finds the corner. It is saved well and cleared. Bellingham, can you keep this highlight alive? Into Opoku. Bellingham wants that back. Why didn't you go back to Bellingham? We are knocking on that door, and I think we might just be dealing with a Dominik Livakovic goalkeeper who's on form today. Madueke with a free kick. A lot of things seem to be coming through Madueke. Towards the back post, Abraham heads over the bar again. Tammy's not having a good game, which, you know what that means? That means Billy Sharp's coming on at some point. Stanisic's throw for Croatia. Modric loses. Oh, he doesn't lose out to Barkley. I thought Barkley was going to nick the ball off him. Instead, Croatia can come forward with it. Kovacic, ball forward. Kramaric is in on goal on the volley as well. What a goal that is from Kramaric. I think the flag's gone up. That's why we're seeing the referee. So we're going to get VAR. Don't count. It's been disallowed. Thank goodness for that. To be fair, it was a great finish, wasn't it? Absolutely ridiculous finish. He was a fair distance offside, so we have dodged that bullet. Not quite at half-time. Bursic with the ball in his hands. What are you going to do then? The young Stoke goalkeeper walking around his area. Big kick over the halfway line towards nobody. Not sure why that went to nobody. Abraham heads down. Mavrididi through ball. Madueke's in on goal. And Madueke tucks that ball away. We have taken the lead against Croatia. Mavrididi, Madueke and Tammy Abraham could be a ridiculously good little, I was going to say partnership, a little trio up front. Opoku with a throw. We're not quite at half-time. Are we going to double our lead? Loses out to Stanisic, but he did win the ball back with a clever and sensible slide tackle. Tamori to Bellingham. We've got a minute of normal time. Travis with the ball. Madueke on the right. Ball over towards Aarons as well. That's good. We've got 4 in the box. Mavrididi's one. He's hit the post. How has Steffi Mavrididi not scored? It's 1-0 at half-time. We've got an XG of over 2, just about. We should be scoring more goals. We are doing very well. This is like me whenever we have an international competition. I'm not confident at the start. I'm a game and a half in, and now I'm expecting us to win the World Cup. with Steffi Mavididi leading the lines. No changes at half time, and already 2 minutes in, we've got a highlight. Bellingham crosses in, Madueke's there, and Noni Madueke makes it 2-0. Does he, though? Is it going to be 2-0? We're going to get VAR? Are we going to have a second goal? Surely he has to have been onside, doesn't he? I don't know what they're looking at here, because nobody was even close to being offside, so it's definitely 2-0. Nobody was close to being offside. It's 2-0. Madueke gets his second of the game. A couple of minutes later, Croatia are coming forward again, though. Bracalo on the right-hand side gets past Opoku. Perisic with a headed effort. And Joe Bursic is wearing goalkeeper gloves. Boxing gloves, even. It'd be better if he was wearing goalkeeper gloves. That's possibly the worst goalkeeping I've ever seen in Football Manager. And I've done a save for Southampton. Croatia looking to try and find a way back into the game then. It is obviously only a 1-goal deficit they need to overturn. Travis to Madueke on a hat-trick. Abraham. Mavrididi's weeks offside. He's so far offside, he needs to learn that. It's fallen to Madueke towards Mavrididi. He's not managed to get there. He's gone down. Wants a penalty. Stanisic keeps the ball in. I don't know whether the highlight was because Mavrididi fell over. Barkley's stolen that ball away. Mavrididi into the penalty area. Tammy Abraham is there. And it is 3-1. Mavrididi, Abraham, Madueke. That is the strike partnership, the strike force that I did not expect. And somehow that is producing the goods. Straight after the goal, another highlight. Although Croatia have the ball deep in our territory. Max Aaron scoops it clear for some reason. He had all the time in the world. Goldson can't get there. Kramerich is there. Bursic can hold on to that one and save that one. Finally, he saves something. Bursic to Tomori. I don't even think that was the highlight if this is carrying on. Bellingham back to Tomori. Little back heel for some reason. Don't know why he did that. Opoku with his yellow card that I think he got early on in the match. All the way back to Bursic. What is going on? I'm concerned. Highlights like this always worry me because either we're just going to lump it upfield or we're going to lose the ball. One or two things are going to happen. Madueke has it all the way back to Goldson again. Forward to Travis. Goes for a little run. Dinks it over the top to find Aarons, who tests it down, and he can hopefully use his pace. He does so. Gets past one man. In towards the penalty area. Steffi Mavrididi's there and he's missed another one. Mavrididi has done everything but score. He's got 2 assists, he's on a 9.3, and he's missed about 4 sitters so far. Goldson collects this ball for us, 56 minutes. This second half has been loads of highlights, hasn't it? Abraham to Madueke on a hat-trick. I want a penalty so Madueke can take it. And then he'll have 2 caps and 3 goals to his name. Bracalo. Kovacic lumps it upfield towards Perisic. Aarons is there with him, though. On the ground. Goldson can't get there, and it is trickled across the line again. Bursic is not a good goalkeeper. He's on a 6.6. Ross Barkley's on a 6.6 as well. It's a corner for Croatia. Right, we're going to do some changes. Redmond's going to come on. I'm tempted to bring Opoku off as well. Sorinola, sure, you can come on, get your England debut as well. I want to do Billy Sharp. I want to bring him on at some point, but I feel like 62 minutes is a little bit too early. Cross comes in. Vida heads just wide. Bursic is on that one, a 6.5. He's the only player on our team not really performing. Almost into the final 10 minutes, and the Billy Sharp substitution is going to happen. We are also going to do we take Aarons off? Do we take Aarons off? It's a weird thing to do, but we're going to do Aarons for Edwards. Goldson moves over to right back. Do we do any other changes? I don't. Do we do Madueke? He's got twice. He scored twice. Let's do Travis instead. We're going to do Matt O'Reilly, sure. Remember, I am treating these kind of like a friendly. I'm not expecting to be doing really well. If we win, that's great. Modric with a corner. It's Skeletakar. We've cleared it off the line. Oh my word. It's Skeletakar. That's not his name. It's Cheletasar or something like that, isn't it? Bursic is useless. He's absolutely useless. We are going to draw 3-3 because our goalkeeper can't save anything. He's just saved nothing at all. He saved absolutely nothing. He's on 6.2. Madueke with a corner. Are we going to steal the win in the last couple of minutes? We've dropped back down to 3rd place now. Madueke's cross comes in. Mavrididi's there at the back post. And Steffi Mavrididi has finally got his goal that he has deserved all game long. We are back in front against Croatia. This England team is just chaos, and I love it. Final couple of minutes. Oh, I was expecting it to just tick away into full time. Sorinola heads across to Bellingham. Bursic comes out, saves it. Good job. Trying to get some, I don't know, get some credit for trying to save something. I don't know. Bursic rolls out. Tomori, left-hand side, we need to go to Sorinola. Or, okay, Edwards instead. Bellingham in the middle. Ball forward. Billy Sharp doesn't bother jumping. Doesn't see the point. He's too old for jumping. That's someone else's job. Edwards, ball forward. Billy Sharp again on the ground to Vida. Weird pass. O'Reilly's nicked that. O'Reilly's lost that. Pasalic, through ball to Orsic. It's going to go in. It's not gone in. Bursic is lucky that that went wide. Well, to put it bluntly, that was exciting, wasn't it? A 4-3 win, 2 goals for Madueke, 2 assists for Mavididi as well, a goal for Mavididi. Who else scored? I can't remember who else scored. Tammy Abraham as well, obviously scoring a goal. I mean, that was good. I enjoyed that. Bursic, you're probably not in the next squad. You're probably not going to the World Cup, mate. So that is going to bring an end to this episode, but I just want to highlight Steffi Mavididi so far, in my opinion, is the talisman of this save. Of this England team, it is Steffi Mavididi. 2 caps, 2 goals to his name. Madueke as well with 2 caps, 2 goals to the name. Abraham, I think, has got 2 and 2 as well. So we're scoring goals. We are scoring goals. We're having fun up front. Defensively is where we are struggling. I might need to go on a bit better hunt for goalkeepers who are eligible to play for England, because there are a lot of players who aren't necessarily English but have the eligibility to play for England, and you might see some of them actually going to the World Cup. Before we go, we have the opportunity to arrange a friendly. One friendly before the World Cup, and I think we might need to do it, you know. We're going to have to... Can we do it neutral? Can we do it away? I guess we'll do it away. I want as many subs as we can possibly have. 15 from 15. Here we go. Because we are obviously in the World Cup as well, we can play a team from Qatar. Like, we can just play a team from Qatar. I'm going to play Al Sadd, who I think are one of the better teams. So that is going to certainly be a decent challenge for us. That'll be nice if they actually accept it as well. Because I have to assume that they're going to be on a break and they might be playing England. This I love. I don't know whether this is new, that you can play club teams for international teams. I don't know. Obviously, it happens in real life, and now it can happen in Football Manager. But if we beat Al Sadd, we should beat them comfortably as well, I think. That is going to do it then for episode 1 of our England World Cup story. And I'm excited. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Next time, we'll play Al Sadd. We will play the United States as well. And then the episode after that will be Iran and Wales. And then hopefully, there'll be another episode. Hopefully, we'll have at least 4 episodes in this save. Because if we finish outside of the top 2, we're out of the World Cup. And the experiment, I say experiment, the save was a bit of a mess. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Stick the notification bell on as well so you get notified whenever the new videos are released. And I'll be back next time with more Football Manager.